The way her clothes eats into her flesh is really gorgeous. Especially at the center, but I've got to cover that up. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have the 1/6 scale figure of Chiyo, illustrated by Pochi and manufactured by Goodsmile company. At the point of time when I bought this figure, I was kinda simping for Chiyo. She's so cool and so pretty. However, at this point in time, I'm not sure if I have too many Chiyo figures. But if the figure is really good looking, I'm definitely gonna keep it. So without further ado, let's open this up and see if she's a keeper. I picked this figure up from Mercari for about 18,000 yen, which is lower than the original price of about 19,000 yen. So not a bad find, I would say. She was released in February 2023, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get her. That was until I found her at a lower price in March 2023, so I decided to go for it and see if she was worth it. Here is her box, which is of a fairly good quality. It is mostly black with a glossy feel. Despite how raunchy this figure kinda is, it features photos of the figure on the box, so you know what you are getting. Inside the box, here is the set of instructions in Japanese with an English translation. There was a wire securing the blister package, so it has to be cut. It's too painful to untwine. Chiyo comes attached to her base, but she needs to be removed from the base in order to get rid of all the plastic sheets. Here is the figure of Chiyo herself, with all the plastic removed. And together with that big blue base, that's all the components included with this figure. Now, to set her up. For assembly, we just gotta set her on the base. On the base, there are 2 metal pegs at the center and a couple of holes surrounding it. This aligns to the 2 holes on Chiyo's back, as well as the many pegs that are scattered on her hair. I'll start by putting Chiyo on the metal peg first. When I line at the correct angle, she actually slides into the pegs quite easily. Now all we have to do is insert all the little hair pegs into their respective holes. For some of the strands, it seems like they have to be stretched a bit in order to reach their hole. Thankfully, the plastic seems to be quite flexible. And I think that's it. With that, I have the 1/6 scale figure of Chiyo, illustrated by the artist Pochi and manufactured by Goodsmile company, fully assembled. And she looks so alluring. For 1/6 scale, she looks pretty short, but that's because she's like in a sitting down pose. Looking into the details, starting with her face, I find that her eyes are really pretty and her expression is really lovely. However, I can't help but feel that her face seems a little bit long. Like, maybe her nose is too far from her eyes. So that looks a little bit strange to me. Perhaps her face is only nice when looked at a certain angle. As for her hair, I really love how it's done. The sculpt of it flowing all over the base is really beautiful, and I really like the shading on it. Her hair color is mostly black, but there's a little bit of brown highlights, adding detail to it. Also, as it moves towards the tips, some of the strands become this translucent blue color tentacle thing, and I love the effect. As for the body sculpt, well, it's really alluring. The way her clothes eats into her flesh is really gorgeous, especially at the center, but I've got to cover that up. Lastly, for the base, it's a circular disc in a green or teal color. It kind of matches the color of her tentacles. I kind of wish that they did a more interesting looking base, like maybe she's sitting on some kind of terrain. That will also save us some space, especially like all this real estate that's not used and could have been cut away. And since the hair is required to be pegged to the base, there's no way to display her without this disc. So I guess she's just gonna take up this much space. I also quite like the design of her legs. It's very unique. She has hooves instead of feet. However, I feel that the dark blue portion of her lid could do with more shading. It looks rather flat. All in all, I still quite like this figure of Chiyo, as I was initially on the fence. And after seeing her in real life, I'm quite happy with her, despite the areas where she could do with more improvement. But if I were to just pick one Chiyo figure, I still prefer the one from KUDOS. Nonetheless, I still quite like her and will keep her in my collection. And that's all for today's video. Now that I've seen this figure, I have no regrets. Chiyo's character is captured really well, and this pose is extremely seductive. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I don't think this is the best figure of Chiyo out there, but it's still pretty good, so not a bad option. Anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw, do leave a like and subscribe with notifications to stay tuned to more videos. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye!